What's good, everybody? It's your girl, Jakayla A, and I'm back eating Skittles and doing a voiceover. It's only right I'll be eating Skittles, because look at the fruit sad. Oh, my God. So, I'm going to get right into the application. This press-on stand came from an independent seller on IG at the Devil Wears Press-ons. One time for the smoke detector that's never going to get fixed. It is what it is. I've been using... Ooh, this smacking is annoying. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. No candy. The smoke detector is still annoying, but the candy is not. I'm using Cover Earth for my application. Remember, when we are doing our application, acrylic application on press-ons, we want to make sure our application is thin but opaque. So it is my tip to you that you have a very light hand. Trial and error is the only way to get it. That is how I knew how thin was too thin and how thin was not thin enough, But I do think that you should absolutely be using a full coverage color. I'm using Young Nails Cover Earth, and this is what I've been using for a while. I also like Cover Pink. Cover Pink does cover, but Cover Earth is a automatic, okay? It is very nicely pigmented, and it is very flattering. If you can see in the background slightly, these nails that I'm wearing, the base is Cover Earth. I think it's very complimentary to black girls or any deep pigment. For my lighter girls, I like to use Cover Pink. Valentino covers are pretty, but I think you get a better and more full coverage color with your covers from Young Nails or Not Polish. Those are two brands. I'm also using a size 12 Kolinsky brush I got from Shein a couple hauls ago. No, my last haul. And then I also am using the nail liquid monomer from Young Nails as well.
My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna love her, she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime, it's not going well. It's some me time. Hope you know what you want. Crib by the beach like Odell. Over my killers don't tell. Shadow my mark of the New York the shelf. Now my bitch is addicted to Chanel. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime, it's not going well. It's some me time. I don't know. You know what you want. Only been a few hours, but it feel like days. Only been days, but it feel like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life move fast and you do what you want. In the meantime, it's not doing what I want. It's some me time. You do what you want. In the meantime, it's not doing what I want. It's some me time. You do what you want. Maybe I don't love myself, I don't know. Leave me here, I'll fuck myself. See me in the mirror, I duck myself. Don't need much, so fuck my wealth.
Tell me what you say now, tell me what you say. You said that you would come again. You said that we would remain friends, but you know that I do not depend on nothing or no one. So why would you show up so uninvited? Just change my mind like that. Please don't take this personal.
After I do my same application on each nail, this is what it's looking like. You can't even see the press-on stand through it. That's how full coverage the color is, because my application is thin. But the color It's full coverage. Oh, and I did file. I use a sanding band and I just run it across, and then my shape, I crispen it up with a 80/80 grit hand file just to make sure that I got the good sidewalls and I don't do too much with the e-file. Please pause to look at all of the colors. I go through and show all of them on camera, so you could just pause and look at them. Most of them are D&D colors. Only like one or two were iGel Beauty, but really the colors are non-specific unless you really just love the color. I go down with base coat and a layer of color on these two nails, and I did 2 layers. And then here I am setting up all of my colors on my bathroom tile. I was given this tile in nail school 2 years ago. It's a genius idea for a palette and very inexpensive, and it works beautifully. Acetone gets all the polish right off. Love this. Okay, the thumb will be our strawberry nail. After 2 fully cured layers of our reddish pink, we're going to just do our best to make some type of leaves, okay? Or make some type of stem, like a strawberry stem. You get the idea. Don't have to be perfect. It's better if it's not perfect. The inside of our orange will be white, and that will be the bulk of the design, but we are going to create the peel, or like layers of the peel on the outside, and that's just all we're doing with this half moon shape towards the cuticle area. We're going to use 3D gel to make our cherries, blueberries, and grapes. I find that it's easier to draw the stem ahead of time. You can draw it after. You also could have used 3D gel to do the stem. I was working on a time-sensitive thing. I did not want to take a long time because I was already done with my day, and I did not want to be at work for a long time getting out this content. But I did want to get this set done before the summer was completely just over, because this was one of the most popular styles of the summer. But yeah, like I said, you could have used gel to do the stem. I've done that before, but I really just love how it came out with drawing it, and I think it is so easy to just draw them and then cure it. And here I am going with more layers of my peel before I get to the inside pit of the orange.
Get this money, so I guess I can't complain. But I feel alone, even when I'm alone. And that don't cause I can't, but I don't want you. Baby,
This silicone tool comes in very handy when you are working with the molding gel that we're going to be working with, but I also love it for doing certain flowers and certain designs, but it came in perfectly handy to do my strawberry seeds. What I am doing is doing them in rows in a window. You see how I went 3, then went 4, then went 3, then I'm going to go 4, or I'm going to go 2. I don't know. But you want to create a window because diagonally, oh yeah, I erased those because I didn't like them. You want to keep them the same size or as close as you can. And you want to create a window because diagonally is where we're going to put our gel. So we need the window to be there. I start with a dot in the center and then start feathering it out so that I could create the center of that orange. But then I go in and draw my lines while the gel is still uncured, and you're about to see that in a second. It looks a little sketchy now, but once you start connecting all of them and drawing more of a teardrop shape instead of a triangle shape to each section, it really sells the whole look. Take your time and around every single corner.
I better find your loving, I better find your heart. I better find your loving, I better find your heart. I better find your loving, I better find your heart. I bet if I give all my love, then nothing's gonna tear us apart.
And of course, we cure that for 60 seconds. Let's talk about hard gel and molding gel. This says on the packaging builder nail gel, but really I like to call this molding gel. It is not sticky. As long as you keep it cool, it can be molded and molded and molded time and time again until you're ready to cure it, and then that's when it becomes hard. Do not confuse this with our regular builder gel that makes gel nails and is like very self-leveling. That is not this, okay? This is a molding gel. Even though it says builder, it's not a hard builder gel, it's a molding gel. Anyways, I'm just making a bunch of balls. Literally, you just making a whole bunch of balls. Some that I want to be cherries, some really little ones for the grapes, some little medium-sized ones for the blueberries. And I'm being mindful of the size based on the nail that is going on. Okay, my blueberries were smaller than my cherries. My cherries went on my middle finger or my ring finger. My blueberries went on my pinky, okay? So just be mindful. One tip for making the grapes, you will have to make a bunch of them, but a tip is to make them all different sizes, but fairly uniform. It will sell better and it will give more dimension to the set if they are slightly different sizes, as grapes up in the grocery store would be slightly different sizes. This tool, I told y'all, was going to come in very handy. It's a very good tool to work with our molding gel. I love using this tool. It is completely non-stick, and sometimes your hands can also be a really great tool with this gel. But this tool, this little silicone tool, get you one. Most of us have one of these through the years of just collecting supplies. They come with a lot of stuff for free a lot of the time. So hopefully you got one of these. If you don't, get you one. It's a really perfect tool because it does not stick to the molding gel at all. And here we have our grapes. Once we color it in, it's going to eat. Period. No pun intended. It's going to eat. Now we're going to get into our cherries. We drew on our stems and we cured. And now we're going to just plop the cherries right at the bottom. Make a little indentation where the stem is, because that will sell the shape a little bit more. And when you like how they look, cure them.
But the one in front of the gun lives forever. The one in front of the gun forever. And I've been hustling all day, this away, that away, through canals and alleyways, just the same. Money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. Just how I feel. Yeah.
Now we on our blueberries. I can say the same for the blueberries and the cherries. You don't need an indentation, but I will squish them down and make them a little bit like a jelly donut, because again, that would just sell the shape a little bit more, you know, make it a little bit more realistic to what a blueberry is when you see it in the store. It's not really domed. It's kind of like flat and fat, if that makes sense. Now we're just coloring everything in. I did go for 2 layers on almost every color. So went in for 1 layer, used the brush, the big brush that comes in the bottle, and then used a liner brush for the fine details around the edges, cured it for 30 seconds or 60 in some cases. And then I went back in for another layer just to get the full opacity. But I also got the dimension in the second layer, you'll see.
Coming from that pretty mouth, the truth is fitting. Cause you ain't never talking loud and you know plenty. You know what I'm talking about, cause you just get me. Yeah, you so pretty. If everything is dipped in gold, then baby it will never grow. Everything sweet ain't sugar coated. What a lie. What a lie. What a lie. like once. Life move fast when you do what you want. At this time, doing what I want. Hope you knew what you want. What you want.
My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, girl, no maybe. In the meantime,
Decide for what I want.
need some me time.
Hope you knew what you want.
Crib by the beach like Odell. Over my killers don't tell. Shadow my mom, cause I knew you off the shelf.
Just so I have more of a slip, I go in with my same red, and then after that I go in with a liner brush and this little bit of burgundy that you see on my palette. I go in with that. I go in the middle of the crease of the cherry, and then I go around the whole perimeter of it just to give a little bit more dimension to it. It's not a full like realistic vibe that I'm going for. I'm still going for a very light, very cartoon like, but just a little bit of dimension. I don't want it to be so flat.
In the meantime,
Decide doing what I want.
need some me time.
You knew what you want.
In the meantime,
Decide doing what I want.
need some me time.
You knew what you want.
Maybe I don't love myself, I don't know.
To add some dimension to my blueberries, I went in with a light blue and my sponge, but it didn't pop out enough to me. If you could see here, it's getting kind of lost, and I'm like, no, I need to go on my white. I need to go in with my white. You could have also used the airbrush. That would have gave a very pretty effect. I didn't want to pull out an airbrush for this very small detail, but I liked how it was with my white. And then I go in for my second layer of purple. I was very heavy-handed. Do not do too much with the gel when you're dealing with molding gel, because you don't want to lose the shape. I then went back and I took a lot of that product off, just using the very same brush that it came with. I just kept removing the product back into the bottle so that I wasn't putting too much gel on top of my beautiful work that we spent that time to create. You don't want to lose the shape. Who's texting me? Let's not worry about it. Okay. So here I am making a couple details with a liner brush, just some squiggly lines at the top of my blueberries. And I'm going to go in with some dots as well, just to give further dimension and make it look even that much more realistic. This is the gel that you use to do the strawberry and the orange. I put a dot of the Macart rhinestone gel, and I'm using a brush. I had to put a little product on it off screen. I just, put a little bit of the gel on it so it wouldn't be so frayed out, and then just pull it down into that section. I also turn it around because it's a little bit self-leveling, and I don't want it to get lost and get muddy. I want it to be very pronounced and stick out. Okay, I want it to be very pronounced. Then this is our diagonal line I was talking about. You see, I drew one just to find the diagonal, and then it made it really easy to do all the other ones. There I am doing all the other ones. I could have went the other way, but I thought I might do too much gel if I go the other way. So I just dragged it with my brush that had gel on it the other way to fill in those gaps. But honestly, I would recommend you did both ways. So like how I drew the diagonal lines one way with the gel, I would have turned my nail around and put more product and did it the other way. Then I would have cleaned it up, because I feel like I didn't have enough of a 3D pop effect on mine. You could clearly see it, but I'm just a little extra. I'm a little extra. So I would have did it that way. Also, before I started this gel, you could have top coated the nail. Like before I even started this Macart rhinestone gel part, I could have top coated the nail and the gel could have been a finished touch, because it cures down no wipe. So that's another tip. But here I am. I'm going to go ahead and top coat because I didn't do it before. And I had to top coat the other 3 nails anyway. This person needs to go to bed. It's about to be 10. And after I top coat, I definitely cured for 60 seconds. And it came out eating. Like, I just don't even know what else to say. I haven't worn these yet. I don't know if I am going to wear these through the fall. I mostly just wanted to get y'all the content. So nail techs, I implore you to buy the molding gel off Amazon. You could do so much with it. And people asking if they could buy nails. Look at my personal press-on collection. Eating. Yes, my handle is my watermark. Also, send video requests over there too if you have any.